Hi guys, CeeChronicles here, back again with another fragrance video. If you're joining us for the very first time, I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider subscribing. And to those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. Welcome to a Milestone fragrance video. Milestone is another fragrance house guys from the Middle East, and I did bring an inspirations list where I featured some of the new fragrances that they have dropped on the market, and a lot of you were interested in my take on some of them. So I did decide to pick a few that I'm going to talk about and tell you my thoughts. And I have featured guys Milestone in the past. We have a video of Prime, which is a fragrance that draws its inspiration from Frederic Marle's Promise, a heady patchouli together with woods and leather there, and a crisp apple lasting till the next wash or a couple of washes, as well as Bibliothèque, a fragrance that draws its inspiration guys from Byredo's Bibliothèque. And this one's going to give you, that old book library feel. It also has plum as well as peach, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to dive straight into the new ones that I have here. I'm going to clip everything in the description, guys, for ease of reference if you want to watch my review on the other ones. I'm going to start, guys, with Muj Garden. They've called this one Muj Garden, and the consumer's assumption is going to be that this draws inspiration from Muj's guidance, the color, the presentation, and the box, okay, the decor on the box. So we're going to spray this on this box, and then I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are, guys, about this fragrance. The first thing that comes to mind is nothing to do with the guidance. It could be that it's just a fragrance that's missing the mark, or it could be that it hasn't macerated. And why it threw me off is because of the other two that I've brought before that nailed what they were going for. This is a fragrance that feels like an extension of My Way, like a nutty punched tone to My Way. You're going to get something that feels like sandalwood here, giving it like a creaminess there, a sweet fragrance overall, fruity floral tone to it, but of course leaning very nutty, and it is quite surprising. Of course, I'm going to go hunt guidance and see if I can pull my nose to it, if there's any resemblance, anything at all, in this that feels similar to that. But for now, I'm going to say this just feels like an extension of My Way. If you like that fragrance, you're going to love it. The performance is not exceptional as well, but I'm going to cut them some slack when it comes to performance there, because I haven't had these fragrances for a long time. I just had to bring them here, guys, because you wanted these reviews. The next one is going to be Ice Age. Ice Age, guys, if you look at the bottle, if you look at the box, you're going to assume, of course, that it's going to draw its inspiration from Lineage. Okay, so we are going to spray it as usual, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. Now, this legit I like. I get a sweet and sour, prominent on the sourness there, but sweet as well, fragrance. Okay, there's an unmistakable sourness that you're going to get with this fragrance. There's a spiciness that you're going to get with this fragrance, as well as like an aromatic tone to it. The first thing that came to mind when I sprayed it was, it's odd. I have a fragrance in my collection that smells like this. Ice Age has got a ginger note there that is quite prominent, but there is a sourness. And the one fragrance that came to mind without a doubt after I sprayed this one was Afnan's Rare Tiffany. But this one feels like a more friendlier sister to Rare Tiffany. If you own a Rare Tiffany, you will know how much it is too much of a good thing there, where it can literally choke you out. It's not for the faint of heart. So good thing though with this one is going to be, if you like that Rare Tiffany type of DNA and it does a little too much for you like myself, then this would be a great alternative. I am not saying this is what they were going for. I'm not saying they were going for Rare Tiffany, but I'm just telling you guys that is the one thing that comes to mind after spraying this fragrance. And the longevity on this one is pretty moderate. Okay, that one I said is moderate as well. The Gardens is moderate, but this one outperforms Garden. Okay, so that is what I can say about this one. Let's move on to the ones that I think are drawing inspiration from the CH private line or the CH niche line. This one's called Brown Tonka. If you look at Carolina Herrera's Bronze Tonka, you will see that there is some resemblance there. Bottle, box as well. Okay, now this, I'm gonna say, kind of nails that to an extent. I don't get so much of the Tonka doing the most, but what does the most in this one is the leather. It's a woodsy, spicy, sweet emphasis, guys, on sweet leathery scent. But this, they nailed. This is a beautiful fragrance, guys. I just love the DNA of all of them. This is my favorite. This is one that if you like fragrances that are different, is going to do it for you. Even in performance, out of all, not including Prime, of course, and Bibliothèque, the ones I reviewed a long time ago, from the 4 that I bought this time, this is the one that was able to stick around the most on my arms as well as on my clothing. Okay, so this performance wise was not bad, and if it's performing like this 101, it's probably going to do better with time. So this is a fragrance I'm going to say it has got that niche quality to it. It's woodsy, it's spicy with that touch of leather. Bronze Tonka lists the note of coffee. I wouldn't say buy this one if you're a sucker for coffee, because I cannot detect coffee in this, or at least my nose is not able to pull out the coffee note there. I do not get the coffee note in this, but what I get is a gentle Tonka there, and a leather affair, and a fragrance that leans 75% masculine, but is totally wearable by both sexes. So this, cutting to the chase, is my favorite. This is the best of the ones that showed up, and it's called Brown Tonka. Let me tell you about the last one, and then I'm going to tell you what I plan to do when it comes to my Milestone collection. Okay, so the last one is going to be Amethyst, a fragrance that looks like CH Privé Line's Amethyst Haze. Okay, so let me spray this one in its box. The atomizers are not the greatest, but anyway, we're not here for that. This is an aromatic floral. It starts off promising there. The DNA has been played around with a couple of times, although it does feel nichey. What's prominent in this sweet, soft floral is going to be an aromatic tone coming from a lavender. Okay, there is something here that feels like a lavender and wafts of rosemary, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I do get like a rosemary lavender thing, and of course a cardamom. Pretty spicy there, so it's going to tick the boxes for those who like spicy fragrances. This is safe enough to be unisex as well, because the way it just interprets to the nose there kind of feels like it is one that's going to be okay with either men or women. So I'm going to class this one as genderless. Unfortunately, with this one, guys, the lasting power sucks. It starts off so promising that you think, oh my God, I have gotten myself a good fragrance that's going to last me the longest time here, because the aromaticness there of that lavender is like a burst that kind of hits you in the nose there, you know, together with that rosemary type of feel. And then it just starts to, you know, like to tone down. And if you want me to elaborate on the aromaticness, I'm going to say there is like a camphorous thing, okay, to expect from this fragrance. And I presume the camphorous thing is going to be coming off maybe cardamom. Okay, let's say cardamom. I think there's like a camphorous aromatic thing in this fragrance, but it does stick to the theme of being a floral. It also has a little bit of sweetness, but it's not too sweet. It's not as sweet as Brown Tonka. It's just the performance for this one is dismal. This one is actually outperformed by the other 3. Okay, it's outperformed by this one, it's outperformed by Gardens, and way outperformed by Brown Tonka. So it's going to be the performance that doesn't do it for me, guys, when it comes to this one. And that is how I can rate them, guys. These fragrances are fairly new, so they haven't sat in my collection long enough for me to say, oh, this is going to last an eternity. Maybe they will macerate to something stronger. Now, in terms of what I said I was going to do with these fragrances, because I brought you 2 of these fragrances from the house and they nailed it, I'm going to purchase especially the one that's going for the Crimson Rocks, because I've had Crimson Rocks, before the original as well as the clone. And if that one nails it, then I'm going to say maybe my fragrances need to sit a little longer. And of course, I'm going to hunt these two. I haven't had time to do that. I'm going to hunt these two and put my nose on these two and see whether it's me that is just not getting the right mix, because mine haven't set for a long time. And then tell you my thoughts. So one that I can vouch for is this one. This one is in, it's quite there. It's somewhere there. So yeah, for now, guys, that is what I can say. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Do tell me your thoughts when it comes to these fragrances, guys, whether what I said is closer to whatever they're going for. Turn on post notifications while you're at it. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one. And remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.